Name is Francisco Dominicci, and I work for Encantado Technical Solutions. I am a team lead there, and I essentially run the daily operations for something called the service desk. Essentially, what the service desk is it's basically like going to be field services, help desk in a situation, escalations, cyber vulnerability, a bunch of other things, and I'm one of the team leads there. I essentially help oversee how everything is going on day-to-day things. The purpose of my role essentially at Encantado Technical Solutions is to make sure that I support all of our IT staff that maintains essentially all of Sandia National Laboratory when it comes to anything technically related, troubleshooting, so help desk, cyber vulnerability, as well as field services, things like that. So I essentially help in a team of three of us. There's three team leads at the service desk, and we oversee essentially the phone service, chat service, as well as escalations, backlog, and other specialty queues. The overall impact that my position has is fairly important. Again, I oversee daily operations when it comes to anything Sandia-wide in terms of technical help or anything like that. What happens is that our employees, our members of the workforce, call in to a service desk, a help desk, and we have different tiered levels of operations. So just standard tier 1, which is just our frontline services. Then we have chat, as well as escalations and specialties such as Linux, Mac team, other things like that. So my impact is pretty large. If I'm not there, sometimes things can go a little crazy. And so I make sure that I maintain organization and workflow throughout the day. Growing up, my dad was a big computer nerd. I really liked working with computers and kind of taking them apart and all those things. And actually before this job, I was in finance, and I really enjoyed that. However, it didn't really hit my passion. So I ended up pursuing IT and really looking into it. I started off just like anybody else in video games and nerdy things like that. But I really enjoy IT. I think being able to make a difference in an ever-changing world when it comes to things technology, I think is a really important factor. People forget that technology is really at the forefront of a lot of things, regardless of whether you're a mechanic or a secretary or really anything at all. I think that technology continues to grow and evolve, and so I wanted to be a part of that, and that's the reason why I got into IT. So within my job, I think there's a lot of things that excite me, right? So I get excited about new technologies and things that come out all the time. I think that within my job, getting to play with sometimes toys that other people have not gotten to, especially working for a government entity, is really cool. I think that getting to experiment and having a larger budget than most companies when it comes to being able to do things on the fly is a really exciting experience. I think that some things that might surprise people when it comes to working in IT is the amount of learning you're constantly doing. So some people think that just because they know computers or know certain things about maybe networking or system administration, I think that you are constantly evolving and learning when it comes to that. And it's really important to be open-minded that you're not always going to be the smartest person in the room. I think some of the most important skills you need to have within IT, just in general, I think when you're working with people, is IT is yes, we're working with technology, but it's also a huge, you work with people every day. So I think being able to communicate, being effective talkers as well as effective writers is very important. I think sometimes people underestimate the ability of public speaking, especially when you're making presentations or helping out your coworkers with things that they don't understand. I think that that's a big deal to have. So essentially public speaking, being able to communicate and good teamwork is very important in our field. The advice that I would give to somebody to pursue a career path within IT would be to just learn everything you can. YouTube boot camps, getting certifications, I think is very important. Some people underestimate the value of certifications, especially in our field, because they believe that just because somebody knows something, sometimes people with certifications get jobs above others, even though they might know less. I think that really shows value within people, as well as constantly growing in school and making sure, getting your associate's degree, your bachelor's, your master's. And again, I think education and continuing to understand and grow with the field is really important.